Hi and a very warm welcome to this week's Cleaning Coach vlog. Today we'll be discussing 4 points that you can add to your employee contract. This is part 2, the second video in this series of 4 videos of what you need to add to your employee contract. Remember to watch the video all the way to the end so that you can get 4 more points that you need to add to your employee contract. Last week was part 1 and then we will be covering, next week will be part 3 and the week after that will be part 4. If you've never heard of me before, very warm welcome. I'm Ilse Whiteman, the Cleaning Coach, and I'm the creator of the Cleaning Coach training manual. And this episode was sponsored by the Customer Magnet System, a system where your business becomes a magnet for your ideal customer so you can stop working for free. And if you want more customers for your cleaning business, remember to download my roadmap. The link will be down below. It's proven steps how you can get more customers come into your business. So the first item is working hours. When does your business operate and how does your business operate and within what hours? Now, every employee you're going to get are going to have different hours if you do part-time, and then obviously your full-time employees are going to have certain set amount of hours for them. However, this is just to cover the normal working hours of your business. So your working hours will basically vary to the needs of your business, when they need to work and how they need to work. Obviously, you'll have morning shifts, you'll have late shifts, you'll have in-between shifts, and you might even have midnight shifts in some offices. So every employee will have a different contract and you will stipulate in there that the hours they work and the hours they are expected to work. However, you need to let them all know that it all depends on the actual demands of your business. So if your business changes and all of a sudden you go bigger, they need to expect to be able to work or help you out to do other extra hours or not. If they can't, this is just simply telling them, look, there is also a lot of more hours available if you want it. This is our business hours. But I think more importantly, you need to have a cutoff point. So sort of say in the morning and the evening. If you go to a job before 8 a.m. and you start using carpet machines and you vacuum and make loads of noise, you might have actually neighbors complaining about your staff members obviously causing noise that time in the morning. So your business opening hours as in cleaning and your business opening hours as in customer service are actually 2 different things. So you just need to stipulate when your customer service is available and what working hours you have. So if you do normal domestic cleaning, obviously your opening hours will be probably between 9 and 5. However, if you do office cleaning, that hours will expand. If you do the cleaning in a normal domestic area where there's neighbors and there's other people around, you have to have a shut-off point, say for instance 10 o'clock at night, because if you don't and you cause then noise disturbance after that, then you might get customer complaining. So if you do office cleaning, it will be different because most offices don't have neighbors, but you can ask your customers in the beginning, will we disturb anybody? Have you ever had noise disturbed? So that you know, okay, so 11 o'clock is the cutoff, or 10 o'clock is the cutoff, or 12 o'clock, or don't have to worry about it because it's a shop in the high street and we're not going to disturb anybody. However, they might have a flat above to let your employees know that, which is why you need to include it here so your employees know, due to noise cancellation, we work these working hours. So the second point we'll be discussing today is notification of illness and holiday. How do your staff tell you? What do they do? What is the process within your company so that they know if they are ill, what to do? And if they want to go on holiday, what they need to do to let you know and what's your procedures, how your company works. So when we get to sickness cover, it's quite all right for people to just text you and say, oh, I'm ill today, or by the way, I can't come in. That's an easy way out. The best way to actually go about your staff letting you know is to give them in the contract the number that they need to ring to talk to somebody to actually tell them you're ill. Don't allow them to text or to email you. It's very important that they actually speak to you. A quick text is too easy to say, oh, I'm ill, sorry, I can't come in. If you have to actually call you and they have to speak to you, then that can cut your illness down because you won't just have the, oh, just quick reply. If they actually have to make effort, make sure you give them options to ring you. They can't just ring you to leave an answer phone message. They have to give you a minimum of 2 hours notice, a minimum of 2 hours notice. They have to give you a reason. This is why I'm ill. This is how long I'll be off for. And this is what I'm going to do about it, because what you technically should be doing is give them a fit to return to work form to fill in to make sure that they are fit to return to work. And if they are going to be ill for for more than one day, they need to ring you every day to tell you. But make sure they phone you. Make sure they have to put effort into letting you know. Don't allow them just to leave an answer phone message. Make sure you stipulate to them, you have to call me on my mobile number, and here's my landline number, until you get hold of me and tell me. Because if you don't pick that message up for 2 or 3 hours, then you're going to be stuck and you won't be able to cover that job. And the last thing we want to do is let our customers down. And then what happens if they want to go on holiday? Obviously, you'll need a holiday form, and you need to tell them, you need to fill in the holiday form and ask if you can go on holiday. If you have thousands of staff all coming to you at the same time and saying, oh, well, we're all going on holiday now, then you're going to be stuck with a scenario where you've got no cleaners. You have to make sure that they understand. You have to fill in the form and you have to ask if that slot or that time is available. And then once that's agreed on, then you book your holiday. Don't book your holiday and then say to me, well, that week. And then when I say you can't, then you'll get upset. So make sure they know that that's how it works in your company. Remember to comment yes down below if you agree that your staff needs to know how to actually let you know about holiday and sickness. The third item we'll be discussing today is the notice period, the notice they need to give your business if they don't want to work for your business anymore. So last week we discussed the probation period. When they first come into your company, how long they stay with your company before they actually get a contract and before you actually decide that, yes, you're a good fit for my company, and they decide, yes, we fit well together, we're going to work well together. Then, so once they pass that probation period, you need to make it clear to them how much notice they have to give your company before they leave for any reason. So you just have to stipulate, if you've worked for my company for a year, you have to give 1 week's notice, or 2 weeks notice. If you work for my company for more than 1 year, or it will be 2 weeks minimum notice, and then 1 week for every year you've worked for my business. So obviously the longer they've worked, the more notice you need. What you can also include in there is the fact that you might, as a company owner, decide not to actually give them a notice period in the sense of working for the customers. What that means is if they say, for instance, give you, say, a week's notice and they're like, right, so I don't want to work for your company anymore, or you've fallen out over something that's happened in your company, then you might not want to actually put them in a customer's house or back in a customer's house, because you'll be like, what if they tell the customers lies about your company and try to actually ruin your reputation? What if they don't leave the cleaning service that are expected in the beginning, because yet again that could actually damage your reputation. So you have to pay them because of that week's notice. However, you can ask them to stay at home and still pay them. And you might be thinking now, oh, but hang on a minute, I lose money. Yes, you will, because you still have to pay them. However, you don't want to give them the chance or the opportunity to try to damage your reputation if that's the case in that scenario. So you can just stipulate it in there, that might be the case. Obviously, if they just come to you and say, right, I've worked with you for 6 years, my circumstances have changed, so I can't do the cleaning anymore, I don't want to work with you anymore, and you still got that really good working relationship, they've just given you a month's notice or a week's notice, then it's different, because obviously they're still going to deliver really good standards. So the fourth point we'll be discussing today is other employment. Are they allowed to work for any other company? Now, you have to think of the scenario, because you've got your cleaning business, and as they come into your cleaning business, you're going to train them. You're going to spend a lot of time getting it up to your standard, or the standard of what your customers expect from your business, what they're used to. So if they work for your company as an employee, you don't really want them to work for another cleaning company because of that time and effort you've put in training them. So you just have to say, you can't work for any other cleaning companies while within my employment. However, if they're part-time members and they might want other jobs and they might need the extra money, so that you can either offer them more hours, which is obviously the obvious thing to do, or they can actually work for other companies as a receptionist or as administrator or in a shop. They can work for other companies, yet not other cleaning companies, because the fact that you're training them means that if they then go work for another cleaning company, they're going to be a lot better than what they were in the beginning, but they're taking your training and your time you spend on them, and then they're just going to go and do that at the other cleaning company, which the other cleaning company might treat them better. The other cleaning company might sort of say, why don't you go and work for that cleaning company? You can do their training and then come and help us, and we'll train the same way, or to see how they train their staff. So you have to make it perfectly clear in the beginning. They are not allowed to work for any other cleaning companies while they're employed by your company. That's it for this week, guys. Remember to check out last week's video, and remember that we've got part 3 and part 4 coming of what to include in your employee contract. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can get notifications when my next video is posted. So I'll see you next week, same time, same place.